Donald Trump Jr., who was in court again this morning. There he is. You hear the protesters chanting, crime family, and that is basically what these people are, a crime family, a very dumb crime family, the Gambozos, if you will, and I mean, that son of a bitch, you know, is really unbelievable.
Mr. Son of a bitch.
I mean,
Mr. Son of a bitch.
His royal, yes, yeah, no, I never imagined that we'd ever have a president like this, and I hope we don't ever have another president like this again.
All right, let's talk about one of the funniest long-running rivalries in late-night TV, Jimmy Kimmel versus Donald Trump Jr. This isn't just another celebrity feud. It's become a non-stop series of sharp jokes, brutal call-outs, and moments where Kimmel puts Donald Trump Jr. in the spotlight in ways that are hard to ignore. Time after time, Jr. tries to step into the role of his father's biggest offender, but somehow ends up giving Kimmel even more material to work with. In this video, we're going to the biggest moments when Jimmy Kimmel mocked, challenged, and roasted Donald Trump Jr. on live television, breaking down why these exchanges keep happening and how Jr. seems to walk straight into the punchline every single time.
Trump by 16 points. I'm at +3. He's at -13. It's nice, but it feels like, considering the fact that I'm not a convicted felon friend of Jeffrey Epstein, and I've never paid off a star or sent a team of masked goons into a park to pull an old lady away from her grandchildren, I feel like my rating should be higher, maybe, than...
It all really kicked off in 2017 when Donald Trump Jr. made what many saw as one of his biggest self-inflicted mistakes. Instead of staying quiet, he actually shared the evidence himself. It was a now famous I love it email chain where he agreed to meet with a Russian lawyer after being told they had information that could hurt Hillary Clinton, rather than letting lawyers handle it behind the scenes. He posted the emails on Twitter for everyone to see. That move left people stunned, and Jimmy Kimmel definitely didn't let it slide. On Jimmy Kimmel Live, he went all in, joking about the situation, and reacting with the same disbelief that so many viewers were feeling. It was one of those moments that had everyone wondering how someone could willingly hand over that much material for late-night comedy.
Responsible for making safety last, but fortunately for him, he's got an ardent defender in one Donald J. Jr.
Pete Buttigieg, you saw in the clip earlier, he's taking some personal time because, 19 days isn't enough time. Plus the time he spent chest feeding while we were in the midst of a supply chain crisis and 350 million Americans were depending on him to do his...
Kimmel joked that it was the first time in American history someone had voluntarily posted evidence that could be used against themselves online. He called it one of the most unbelievable displays of political transparency anyone had ever seen, and the audience erupted with laughter. But underneath the jokes was a bigger point. The moment highlighted what many critics saw as the Trump family's chaotic approach to handling controversy. After that, Donald Trump Jr. became a regular target of Kimmel's monologues. Every time there was a new scandal, an awkward public moment, or even a badly timed book tour, it felt like Kimmel already had a fresh set of jokes ready, and he never missed a chance to turn it into comedy.
No one is more perturbed right now than Trump's most disappointing son.
And guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Trump already beat Stormy Daniels in court? Like, in all fairness, isn't she paying his legal bills or something like that? I don't know.
His hands move faster than his brain. They're like, what is it? It's like if Jim Henson had no puppets. How you doing over there? I'm doing real good. The important thing for DJ TJ isn't necessarily defending his father and the Trump family. What's most important is this.
The other thing that you should be watching is the insanity going on in the market right now. So I want to make sure that I take the time to tell you about another one of our great sponsors.
Fast forward to 2018, when the Brett Kavanaugh confirmation battle was dominating the headlines. As the political fight over Supreme Court intensified, Jimmy Kimmel once again turned his attention to Donald Trump Jr., who was posting his reactions all over social media. Kimmel pointed out what he saw as the irony of Don Jr., weighing in on questions about women's credibility, joking that it was like a fox giving advice about protecting a henhouse. The line landed hard, the audience loved it, and it showed once again how easily Kimmel could turn Don Jr.'s own public comments into punchlines. Every new post seemed to give him another opening, and Donald Trump Jr. just kept providing more material. Then came 2019, when things entered what many people call the triggered era.
Trump is in the UK, or as he has to be reminded not to call it, the UK. Paddington Unbearable is in England for an official visit with the royal family. Wait till he finds out tea time has nothing to do with golf. He's going to be very upset. The royals are expected to greet the president and first lady tomorrow, but some clever Brits are already...
Then came 2019, when Donald Trump Jr. released his book Triggered. It was meant to argue that people on the left couldn't handle free speech, but the irony wasn't lost on many critics, who felt he spent more time looking offended than anyone else. Things got even more uncomfortable when he appeared on The View to promote the book. The interview quickly turned tense as the audience booed. He clashed with the hosts, and the whole exchange became increasingly awkward. It looked like a publicity tour that had completely gone off the rails. Jimmy Kimmel wasted no time showing the clips on his show, and he piled on with one of his sharpest jokes, saying the only thing more uncomfortable than that interview was Donald Trump Jr. realizing he wasn't actually the favorite child. The audience loved it, and became another memorable moment in Kimmel's long-running series of jabs at Don Jr.
By the way, this was not good news for Team Trump. Yesterday, we learned that Donald Trump Jr., DJ TJ, was in, get that going, all right? Start saying it. Was in regular contact with WikiLeaks during his father's campaign, which might have something to do with why Donald Trump said he loved WikiLeaks more times during the campaign than he said he loved Melania. But DJ TJ received a number of direct messages from WikiLeaks via Twitter, and he responded to 3 of them. My favorite part of the story is his first response to WikiLeaks started with, put it up on the screen, this is real, started with, off the record. Now, this is WikiLeaks. The word leaks is right in the name. There's no off the record with them. So anyway, Junior Donald tried to minimize his relationship with WikiLeaks on his Twitter account, but they did have a relationship, although it's possible he thought he was in a conversation with Nene Leaks.
The jokes hit hard because, for a lot of people watching, they felt uncomfortably close to the truth. Just a few days later, things got even more awkward when Donald Trump Jr. appeared at a Turning Point USA event at UCLA to promote the same book. What was supposed to be a friendly event quickly fell apart after attendees became frustrated that they weren't being allowed to ask questions. Before long, members of his own conservative audience were booing him, creating a scene that felt almost too ironic to believe. A book tour centered on free speech had turned into an event where people were upset they couldn't speak. Jimmy Kimmel couldn't resist the moment. The following night, he featured the clips in his monologue and joked that it seemed Donald Trump Jr. only liked free speech when it wasn't directed at him. It was another sharp punchline built from a situation that had practically written itself.
Don Jr., he's so embarrassing. He's on the stand, he's testifying in this $250 million fraud trial, and he has to compliment. He said his father is an artist with real estate. Yeah, he's an artist. He's Vincent Van Gogh to jail with real estate.
As usual, Donald Trump Jr. responded the way he often does, acting like none of it bothered him while firing off angry posts about Hollywood elites on social media. Then, in early 2020, he took the stage at the Conservative Political Action Conference, better known as CPAC, and his appearance immediately caught people's attention. Jimmy Kimmel couldn't resist commenting on it, joking that Don Jr. looked like he'd had one too many energy drinks, if you know what he meant. The joke landed because it was built around what viewers could see for themselves. He appeared unusually animated, speaking rapidly, sweating, and pacing around the stage with so much nervous energy that Kimmel compared it to someone desperately trying to sell a used car in the most chaotic way possible. Once again, Don Jr.'s own public appearance gave Kimmel plenty of material for another memorable monologue.
Put a gym in a building somewhere, but no one did it at the scale of my father. He's saying that his father, the father of the hotel gym, is a guy who's never stepped inside one, okay? The amount of ass kissing in this trial is insane. DJ TJ, of course, denies any and all wrongdoing and is instead going with the "our accountants did it" defense.
I'm not supposed to rely on a big 5 accounting firm, like one of the biggest accounting firms in the world. I can pay them millions of dollars. I rely on them to do accounting, but I'm supposed to know more than them. By this logic, insurance companies are going to start suing patients for listening to their doctors. Right? Do you understand? Like, Am I supposed to know more? Oh, Don Jr. doesn't know anything about it. I'm not an accountant. I'm a business guy.
I'm a business guy who had his elbows soldered together, and now...
Kimmel kept the jokes coming, saying Donald Trump Jr. looked like he was auditioning for a Wolf of Wall Street sequel with a MAGA twist. It was another line that got a big reaction because it played off Don Jr.'s energetic public appearances. Later, when Donald Trump Jr. tested positive for COVID-19, Kimmel once again turned the news into part of his monologue. He reminded viewers that Don Jr. had previously mocked mask mandates and downplayed the seriousness of the virus, then delivered another pointed joke, saying it while nobody liked saying, "I told you so." In Don Jr.'s case, you almost had to say it slowly so he'd understand. The audience laughed, but beneath the humor was Kimmel's criticism of what he saw as the contradiction between Don Jr.'s earlier public comments and what eventually happened. As time went on, though, the exchanges became less about lighthearted political comedy and started taking on a much sharper edge.
From one very special friend, moments after we taped our show last night, the Mad Red Hatter wrote, "I can't believe ABC fake news gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back." You can't believe they gave me my job back. I can't believe we gave you your job back.
As time went on, the focus shifted beyond awkward interviews and public appearances. Critics accused Donald Trump Jr. of using his social media accounts to spread conspiracy theories and misleading claims. Earlier that year, he shared an altered video targeting Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, and Jimmy Kimmel strongly criticized the move during his monologue. Kimmel, who has regularly used the show to push back against what he sees as misinformation, told his audience that it was hard to believe someone would be sharing what he described as fake wartime propaganda while his own father was dealing with criminal indictments. It was another moment where Kimmel mixed comedy with sharp political criticism, arguing that Don Jr.'s online behavior had become just as much of a story as the jokes themselves.
Why would they want someone back who does so poorly, who's not funny, and who puts the network in jeopardy by playing 99% positive Democrat garbage? Who puts the network in jeopardy? You hear that? There's the threat again. This time straight from FCC Biscuit's mouth. He goes, he says, "I think we're going to test ABC out on this. Let's see how we do. Last time I went after them, they gave me $16 million. This one sounds even more lucrative. A true bunch of losers." Only Donald Trump would try to prove he wasn't threatening ABC by threatening instead of WikiLeaks from the Real Housewives, but it still is. So, what's going on?
James Kimmel, we are everywhere. We are Legion. We are WikiLeaks.
How did you get past our firewall?
We got your password.
How did you get our password?
It was 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. Well, what do you want? What can I do for you?
We would like to make a statement regarding our relationship with Donald Trump Jr.
Oh, so you do admit to having a relationship with Donald Trump Jr.?
No, we don't have a relationship.
Well, you direct messaged him on Twitter, and he sent you back, I think, 4 red heart emojis and an eggplant.
Yeah, it's less of a relationship, more of a friends with benefits thing.
So it wasn't a relationship, it was a friendship?
We're not putting labels on things. We're keeping it loose. We're open to colluding with other people.
All right. All right, well, thank you for clarifying that. I appreciate it.
If you're looking to collude, Jimmy, let us know. We'd love to kick it.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much. If I do kick it, I will.
That joke landed because, for many viewers, it felt like more than just comedy. It reflected Kimmel's broader criticism, using humor to make a political point. He has also repeatedly mocked what he sees as Donald Trump Jr.'s reliance on his family name, portraying him as someone who always manages to be part of the spotlight, whether people want him there or not. One of Kimmel's recurring jokes was that Don Jr. seemed like the guy who shows up to every party without an invitation. He even imagined him looking in the mirror every morning, promising himself that he'd finally make his father proud, only to spend the rest of the day doing the exact opposite. Over the years, Kimmel has taken aim at Don Jr.'s business record, his political commentary, and the tough image he projects online, turning each new headline into another opportunity for a sharp punchline.
The complaining the Trumps do about this trial playing out in the media, you could barely even turn the channel without seeing their lawyer doing an interview with somebody.
What have they been asking the kids? And tell me how they fit into all of this.
They don't fit into all of this. What have they been asking the kids? It's very simple. They'll ask the kids, did you give a value to somebody? Did you do something? And everybody said resoundingly no. And these kids did nothing wrong. They should not be in this case. Ivanka's already out of the case. The boys should not be in the case.
That's right. They're just boys. They're kids. Eric has a book report due this weekend. They're both still wearing pull-ups. They're on trial? I mean, come on. Don and Don Jr. had some father and son event this weekend. They went to the UFC fight at Madison Square Garden. There they are, and Trump's being cheered on with, he's got Dana White there, he's got Tucker Carlson in the back, he's got Kid Rock in tow, and of course, oh yeah, there we go, little fist bump. Don Jr. was thrilled to be a part of the group. He posted this picture of him and Tuck cackling in their blue checker print shirts.
Kimmel once summed up the rivalry with another one of his sharp jokes, saying Donald Trump Jr. wanted to be like his father so badly that he was only one bad spray 10 away from getting grounded by the Secret Service. Lines like that are part of what has kept this back and forth so entertaining for audiences. The contrast between the two has always been central to Kimmel's comedy. He presents himself as someone using humor to challenge powerful public figures and highlight what he sees as hypocrisy, while his jokes portray Donald Trump Jr. as someone who has benefited from privilege, yet still tries to market himself as an outspoken political voice. In Kimmel's telling, his job is to point out contradictions, while Don Jr. turns those same controversies into part of his public brand. That's the dynamic Kimmel has returned to again and again, and it's what has kept their long-running feud alive.
This morning, Trump warmed up for his date with the British press by yelling at a reporter from Australia who dared to ask about the billions of dollars he's been raking in since the election.
President Trump that a president in office should be engaged in so much business activity.
Well, I'm really not. My kids are running the business. I'm here. You know what the activity, where are you from?
I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Four Corners
Well,
Program.
the Australians, you're hurting Australia, right? In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now. And they want to get along with me. You know, your leader is coming over to see me very soon. I'm going to tell him about you. You set a very bad tone. Go ahead, John.
I hate to, you know, I don't like to upset him, but I think he might be upset because the White House put out a statement this afternoon. This is a real statement. Over 77 million Americans showed up on Election Day to cast their ballots for President Donald J. Trump, who is delivering on his overwhelming mandate to put America first. Jimmy Kimmel prays every night to garner a fraction of that support to keep his show on air after ratings dropped 64% last week. Sad. I like sad with an exclamation point. You know, it would make a nice T-shirt with Trump's face on it, wouldn't it? You know what else is sad? That the President of the United States has a lower approval rating than Diddy and diarrhea. That's what's sad. You know,
You can almost feel that contrast every time Jimmy Kimmel takes another shot at Donald Trump Jr. for Kimmel. The jokes aren't just about one person. They're meant to reflect what he sees as a much bigger story involving privilege, ego, and the culture of American politics. Don Jr. hasn't stayed quiet either. Over the years, he's fired back on social media, calling Kimmel washed up, irrelevant, and a puppet. But those attacks have rarely changed the dynamic. Kimmel usually answers the same way he always does, with a smile and another punchline. On one occasion, he responded by joking that while Don Jr. called him washed up, he still had a successful show, a family, and a conscience, telling him to pick one. It was a kind of quick comeback that got a huge reaction and perfectly captured why their long-running feud has remained such a memorable part of late-night television.
Don Jr. was not at Daddy Donald's last night. The prodigal son was being grilled as part of the $250 million case against their business. There he is, tiny soprano. I wonder what's going through his head right now.
I should have worn makeup.
Oh, yeah, good one. Here's the thing about Don Jr. What he lacks in intelligence, he also lacks in charisma. So, and as with all cases involving the family Trump, DJ TJ was sworn in on an upside-down Bible. He will finish his testimony tomorrow, and then Eric will testify, and then Trump will claim he's never met either one of them. But it's getting serious. There's even some worry Don Jr. could be tried as an adult in this one. Trump was not there in person to support his sons. He had a Halloween party to host.
What has kept Jimmy Kimmel's long-running criticism of Donald Trump Jr. so memorable, at least in the eyes of his supporters, is that it isn't presented as simple name-calling. Instead, Kimmel builds many of his jokes around what he sees as contradictions in Don Jr.'s own words and actions. When he jokes about Don Jr. accusing others of spreading fake news while sharing content that critics say is misleading, he's using that contrast as the basis for the punchline. And when he points out the irony of attacking political elites while coming from extraordinary wealth and privilege, he's highlighting what he views as a disconnect between the message and the reality. That's why these monologues resonate with many viewers. They combine comedy with political commentary, inviting the audience to think about the broader issues Kimmel believes are reflected in Donald Trump Jr.'s public persona, rather than focusing only on the individual himself.
But he did lash out at the judge on Truth Social. He wrote, "There's no victim except me. Leave my children alone, Engoron. You are a disgrace to the legal profession." That's right, leave my children alone. It's easy, I've done it their whole lives. But I will say one thing you do have to hand to the Trumps, they stick together, whether they're running a fake university or a phony charitable organization or just burying their mother on a golf course. See here. They are a unified front.
And honestly, one reason this rivalry never seems to fade is that Donald Trump Jr. keeps giving Jimmy Kimmel fresh material. Every tweet, every interview, and every public outburst creates another opportunity for Kimmel to build a new joke. At this point, Kimmel often doesn't even need to exaggerate the situation. He simply plays the clips, lets the audience watch what happened, and then delivers the punchline. That's been the pattern throughout their long-running back and forth. And it's a big reason the feud continues to grab attention. But now it's your turn to weigh in. Do you think Jimmy Kimmel is right to call out what he sees as Donald Trump Jr.'s hypocrisy? Or do you think his jokes sometimes cross the line? Let me know what you think in the comments.
But there is no accountability. There's not even the expectation of these guys doing their jobs.
And what is your job exactly? I mean, seriously, besides yelling at your laptop, what is it that you do for a living? What do you write on your tax return, son? Donald Trump Jr. is the only guy in America who claims himself as a dependent. Fox News. He also spent some time bragging about his $200 million ballroom again. He said it's going to be the greatest ballroom anywhere in the world. Oh, how exhilarating for all of us. He's so excited for these balls, he can taste them. Trump claims he's going to pay for some of the cost of the ballroom as a gift to us, which, thank you very much. We'll never be in it, but thank you very much. And he's already figured out where to get the money. Trump today became the first president to sue the New York Times.
Now I'd love to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell me which Jimmy Kimmel moment roasting the Trump family stands out as your favorite. Because, honestly, there have been so many over the years that it's hard to pick just one. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.